Sometimes the line between good and evil blurs in the most unexpected ways. In this video, we delve into a tale that twists through the darkest corners of human nature. Stay with us as we unravel a mystery that remained unsolved for over 2 decades, a story of love, deception, and a quest for justice that will leave you questioning everything you know about trust and betrayal. In the vibrant community of Greeley, Colorado, the disappearance of a young nurse named Tina Sandoval in 1995 sent ripples of shock and confusion through the town. Tina, a beacon of kindness and dedication, was not just any nursing student. She was a beloved daughter and sister, the cherished middle child in a bustling, close-knit family of 9. Her journey into nursing was driven by a deep-seated compassion, a desire to bring healing and comfort to those in need. It was during her journey as a nursing student that Tina's path crossed with John Sandoval. John, a fellow student harboring aspirations of becoming a radiology technician, was a figure shrouded in mystery and charisma. Their meeting sparked a romance that seemed to come straight out of a fairy tale. As their relationship blossomed, Tina found herself drawn into John's world, captivated by his dreams and ambitions. The romance swiftly transformed into a whirlwind, leading them to exchange vows in a breathtaking ceremony set against the backdrop of the majestic Colorado Rockies. To the outside world, they were the epitome of a perfect match, a young, ambitious couple ready to embark on a journey of love and partnership. However, the fairy tale soon showed its cracks. As the newlyweds settled into married life, the initial glow of romance began to dim. It wasn't long before Tina's dream began to unravel, giving way to a harsher reality. She started to notice unsettling changes in John. The man she had married, once caring and attentive, began to reveal a more ominous side. As the marriage crumbled under the weight of these revelations, Tina uncovered a disturbing secret that lay hidden beneath John's charming exterior. John's true nature, concealed behind the facade of a devoted husband and ambitious student, was far more sinister. He harbored a dark obsession, one that involved lurking in the shadows of the night. His actions were not just harmless wanderings. They were calculated and disturbing. Tina discovered that John spent his nights spying on unsuspecting women, his behavior escalating into a pattern of voyeurism and intrusion that chilled her to the bone. The man she thought she knew was now a stranger, his actions painting the portrait of a deeply troubled individual. Faced with this alarming reality, Tina found herself at a crossroads. Her sense of safety and trust, once firmly rooted in her marriage, was now shattered. With a heavy heart and a mind clouded with fear, she made the difficult decision to leave John, to step away from the life they had built together. She moved into her own apartment, a space she hoped would be her sanctuary, a place to start anew away from the shadow that John had cast over her life. But escape was not so simple. John's obsession with Tina did not end with their separation. Instead, it morphed into something more relentless and intimidating. He would appear unannounced, a haunting presence outside her apartment, his watchful eyes following her every move. This relentless surveillance was a clear message from John. He was not ready to let go. The fateful decision to meet with John to finalize their divorce was a step Tina took with a mixture of hope and trepidation. It was a meeting she hoped would close this dark chapter of her life, but instead, it marked the beginning of a mystery that would haunt her family, the police, and the community of Greeley for years to come. On the crisp morning of October 19, 1995, Tina Sandoval, fatigued from a long night shift at the hospital, steeled herself for a crucial encounter. It was a meeting she had long anticipated, yet approached with a sense of foreboding. Her decision to meet John was not made lightly. In her heart, Tina hoped this meeting would draw a final line under their troubled and tumultuous marriage. Yet, there was a part of her, echoed by the concerns of her family, that couldn't shake the feeling of impending dread. Susan, Tina's sister, felt a deep unease about the day's events. She knew the troubled waters Tina had navigated in her marriage, and understood the complexity of her relationship with John. Their final meeting, intended to conclude their divorce proceedings, seemed like a step towards closure and healing. But Susan's intuition sensed something more sinister at play. She implored Tina to contact her immediately after the meeting, a plea born from a place of protective love and anxiety. As the day unfolded, the silence from Tina grew increasingly ominous. The hours ticked by, each one stretching longer than the last, filled with an eerie stillness. The absence of any message or call from Tina transformed the family's worry into a tangible fear. This wasn't like Tina, known for her punctuality and thoughtfulness. Her uncharacteristic silence sent a wave of panic through her family, a feeling that something was terribly wrong. Tina's family, driven by a growing sense of alarm, embarked on a desperate search for answers. It was a search that would soon lead them to a discovery that marked the beginning of a harrowing and mysterious journey. A journey that would test the bounds of their resolve and plunge them into a world of uncertainty and fear. Meanwhile, the local police, already acquainted with John Sandoval's troubling past, initiated their investigation with a sense of urgency. John's history of disturbing behavior was well documented, casting a dark shadow over the events of that day. The detectives started piecing together the timeline of events, but the puzzle only became more complex and baffling. John's activities on the day of Tina's disappearance were scrutinized, revealing a pattern of behavior that only deepened the mystery. The clues unearthed in the investigation were perplexing and unsettling. John's late-night return to his residence, his hurried actions upon arrival, and the items found in his possession painted a disturbing picture. The discovery of a wet shovel, among other items, raised more questions than answers. Yet, without solid evidence or clear leads, the investigation hit a wall. Tina's whereabouts remained a mystery, her fate an agonizing question mark in the minds of her loved ones and the investigators. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the case of Tina Sandoval's disappearance spiraled into a frustrating stalemate. Each new lead seemed to dissolve into nothingness, leaving the police and Tina's family grappling with a case that seemed to defy resolution. The lack of concrete evidence, coupled with the elusive nature of the truth behind Tina's fate, created an atmosphere of despair and helplessness. As the calendar pages turned and years slipped by, the mystery of Tina Sandoval's disappearance remained an open wound for her family and the dedicated detectives on the case. Each anniversary of her vanishing brought renewed media attention and a fresh outpouring of community support, but also a deepening sense of despair. Leads that once seemed promising dwindled into dead ends, and the trail grew colder with each passing day. Tina's family, holding on to a thread of hope, continued their relentless search, their lives forever marked by her absence. They organized vigils, distributed flyers, and kept Tina's story alive in the public eye, refusing to let her memory fade into obscurity. In 2009, 14 years after Tina vanished, a pivotal change occurred. A new district attorney, armed with fresh eyes and renewed vigor, revisited the case. This renewed interest breathed life into the stagnant investigation, bringing a new perspective to the evidence that had long confounded the authorities. The district attorney's office, determined to uncover the truth, dove into the depths of the case, unearthing details that had been overlooked or underexplored in the initial investigation. The breakthrough came when investigators focused their attention on John Sandoval's life post-Tina's disappearance. John had relocated to Las Vegas, a city known for its bright lights and hidden shadows. It was here, in the unassuming confines of his home, that detectives uncovered chilling evidence that painted a disturbing picture of a man seemingly untethered from reality. The walls of his residence were adorned with large, haunting portraits of Tina, her image a constant eerie presence. But even more disturbing was the discovery of an extensive collection of surveillance tapes. These tapes revealed a man deeply engrossed in his unsettling hobbies, filming unsuspecting women, tracking their movements, a voyeur lost in his own twisted world. This trove of tapes provided a glimpse into the depths of John's obsession, a fixation that had terrifying implications for Tina's fate. Despite these repulsive discoveries, the path to justice was fraught with obstacles. The evidence, while disturbing, was not definitive enough to conclusively link John to Tina's disappearance. A trial ensued, bringing a glimmer of hope to Tina's family. The courtroom became a battleground for truth, with prosecutors presenting the evidence they believed pointed to John's guilt. In a dramatic turn of events, John was convicted of first-degree murder, a verdict that seemed to bring an end to the long search for justice. However, the relief was short-lived. The conviction was overturned on appeal due to issues with the evidence presented at trial. The legal victory that Tina's family and the investigators had fought so hard for evaporated, leaving them back at square one. The truth about what happened to Tina on that fateful day in October 1995 remained elusive, buried beneath layers of legal complexities and unanswered questions. Throughout this tumultuous journey, John Sandoval remained an enigmatic figure, a man shrouded in secrets and silence. He held the key to the mystery, the only person who knew the true fate of Tina. Yet, he remained steadfast in his silence, a stoic figure amid the swirling storm of accusations and evidence. The efforts of law enforcement and Tina's family, though tireless and determined, continued to be met with frustration and dead ends. The pursuit of justice for Tina became a marathon without a finish line, a quest for closure that seemed to recede further with each legal setback. In 2017, a staggering 22 years after Tina Sandoval vanished, the case took an unforeseen and dramatic turn. The years had brought changes in the legal landscape, shifts in perspectives, and a growing sense of urgency to resolve the enduring mystery of Tina's fate. It was in this climate of renewed determination that a deal was struck with John Sandoval, a deal that was as controversial as it was necessary. In exchange for a reduced sentence, John agreed to do the unimaginable, lead investigators to the location of Tina's remains. This agreement, while difficult for Tina's family and the detectives to accept, represented the last hope of uncovering the truth. With heavy hearts, the team prepared to follow John to what they hoped would be the final chapter in their long search for answers. The journey led them to Sunset Memorial Garden Cemetery in Greeley, a place of eternal rest where the living come to remember their departed loved ones. Under a sky heavy with the weight of anticipation and grief, John guided the investigators through the rows of gravestones, each step bringing them closer to a resolution that had seemed forever out of reach. The destination was a nondescript spot within the cemetery, an area that held no outward sign of its dark secret. With meticulous care, the ground was excavated, a solemn and heart-wrenching process watched closely by those who had waited so long for this moment. And there, beneath the soil, lay the grim and undeniable truth. The discovery of Tina's remains, hidden beneath the earth for over 2 decades, was a moment of profound sorrow mixed with a bitter sense of closure. The remains, though silent, spoke volumes, ending the speculation and confirming the darkest fears of Tina's family and friends. The revelation of Tina's final resting place brought a chilling end to a saga that had haunted the community of Greeley. It was a discovery that shed light on the depths of human deception, a stark reminder of how far one man had gone to conceal his heinous act. The story of Tina and John Sandoval, intertwined in life and death, became a grim testament to the enduring pain of unresolved loss and the devastating impact of betrayal and obsession. As this harrowing journey reached its conclusion, the resilience of those who had fought for justice for Tina stood as a beacon of hope and determination. The tireless efforts of her family, the dedication of the detectives, and the community's unwavering support were testaments to the human spirit's capacity to endure even in the face of overwhelming tragedy. In the aftermath of the revelation, as Tina's family and friends grappled with the reality of her fate, they chose to remember her not for the tragedy that befell her, but for the life she lived. Tina's memory, kept alive through the years of uncertainty and pain, became a symbol of strength and hope. Her untimely end, though a source of immense sorrow, also served as a poignant reminder of the preciousness of life and the impact one individual can have on the hearts and minds of many. The story of Tina and John Sandoval, etched into the annals of Greeley's history, leaves a lasting legacy. It is a story that challenges us to confront the darkness that can lurk behind a familiar face, to recognize the signs of hidden turmoil, and to support those who find themselves in the shadows of fear and manipulation. It is a call to cherish the memories of those taken too soon, and to continue the fight for justice, no matter how long it takes. In the quiet suburbs where Tina and John's story unfolded, a haunting question lingers. How well do we truly know those around us? As we close this chapter, let us honor the memory of Tina Sandoval by remaining vigilant and committed to unearthing the truth, no matter how deeply it may be buried. This is a tale of tragedy, but also of unyielding determination, a testament to the power of perseverance in the face of unimaginable darkness. Thank you so much for watching True Crime Inspector. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below and subscribe for more shocking true crime stories.